All right, I think we got it. Did we get it? That was the thing, right? There was nothing else. We got all that. Hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be in your part of the world.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It is so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is January 5th, 2024. We're going to write a little bit of code today. How you doing there, chat room? I got my Flyers hat on here tonight. Today, this morning. It's morning for me. So, let me say hello to the chat room. We're broadcasting live on Twitch and YouTube. Good to see you out there. Hello, hello. Robert Steffen. Good evening. Lanky Scottish Nerd is here. Digital Dummy with a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Great to see you. Hello, hello. Smirking Squiggly. Happy Friday indeed. Hope you're having a good one. High Tech Redneck. Good morning. Great to see you. Thank you for chiming in there. So, yesterday I made some progress. And finally, not finally, but I launched this series. A number of folks have requested. It's going to be a bi-weekly series that we're going to be publishing. We're going to be releasing, sending information out about, called C# in the Cards. And the idea is this is going to be a weekly video series. Folks really enjoyed my C# with C# Fritz series. So I'm diving back in, but instead of having 2-hour interactive live streams, we're going to deliver 5 to 10 minute videos that cover one topic, has a bunch of written material to go with it, some source code, some notebooks, and allow folks to learn without leaving the browser. And like I've been saying all week, I'm relating everything back to a deck of cards. So the first episode doesn't really relate things back to a deck of cards. It really talks more about how to get things started, and it's very, very text based and focused. But it's unlisted right now on YouTube, and we're gonna get into a little bit of updates to the website that I've built. I want to show you how I have it deploying and how I built it so quickly and easily and got it out there using Blazor. So let's dive in. We'll dive into that a little bit. Let me catch up with chat over here. I see a couple folks watching over on YouTube as well, but most of us are here on Twitch. High Tech Redneck woke up to a dusting of snow. We're going to have that tomorrow here, is what we're hearing. How you doing there, CW Bransdow? Good afternoon to you. It was a tough loss for the Flyers last night. Here's the thing. Our Philadelphia Flyers are historically awful at the shootout. There's like bad in the league, right? There's 32 teams in the NHL, the North American Hockey League, the National Hockey League. It's weird it's called the National League and it's across 2 countries, but I digress. Like, the worst teams at the shootout have a win rate at like 50, 40%. The best teams, literally, they win 60, 70% of the shootouts that they enter. Amazing win rates. The Flyers have a 30% win rate. You can't even try to lose a shootout and lose as badly as they've lost shootouts in the history of shootouts in the Hockey League. They could win every shootout for the next 2 or 3 years that they enter, and they will still be the worst franchise in the history of the league at shootouts. It's awful. It is awful how bad the Flyers are at shootouts. Like, if the team doesn't win in overtime, if they don't win in the 5-minute overtime, it's a loss. It's a loss. Like, there's no discussion about it. Walk out, don't even watch the shootout because they're going to lose it. There's nothing to discuss because 7 out of 10 times, you're right. So, behind here lies nothing. I'm with you. Tough loss for the Flyers in the shootout. At least they got the point for getting to overtime. So, who cares? No, I did turn off the change hat reward for a little bit. I might turn it back on today. Because I had some hats that I wanted to make sure that I wore for the entire stream. You're gonna fix the Flyers problem. It's okay for right now. How you doing there, Sean? Light Jack 50. Good to see you as well. You're getting some snow as well? Okay. All right. How you doing there, PC nerd? You want to package it. What do you want to package? I'm trying to catch up on where that message is. Hope it won't melt. So, let's go Pens. That's okay. Hey, look, they're the Flyers were doing better at the beginning of the season, but here they are fading because injuries and depth of the team just aren't there, and they will not make the playoffs this year. So I'm doing well there, PC nerd. Oh, you're very kind. Thank you. So I do want to dive in and show you a little bit of what I've started on this series. I have a series, a collection of almost 50 lessons that I'm harvesting from what I previously wrote for C# and with C# Fritz, that I'm rewriting, updating, modernizing, putting together as smaller, shorter episodes, and we're turning them into hopefully a great resource that folks can follow along with and learn from. I'm looking for my Stream Beats playlist here. Let me go with the EDM playlist today. Something a little bit different. We've been in synthwave. I'll go here to start. This is called High Spirits. There it is, right there. This is music that's DMCA free. It's royalty free. Check it out. There's all kinds of genres out there. There's playlists on Amazon Music, Apple Music, Spotify. Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for making this music that we're listening to today. And I'll get my gunners on here. We'll talk about a little bit of the code that I've written for the website. Right now, the video is unlisted. I need to put some content into the description, and we'll get that updated and published here. Getting a little bit of, oh no, there it is. Getting a little bit of fog on my glasses here. Just remember, you should update your project to .NET 8. Updating to .NET 8 itself should not break anything. However, if you want to take advantage of some of the new features, you will have some rewrites, some changes, some updates you'll have to go through. So, and that kind of comes with the territory when you do update and change the architecture of things.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
I need to have that looked up appropriately. Is there a proper guide on how to update the .NET version? Just update the .NET version. That's it. If you want to take advantage of new features, there are some migration articles out there that you can find. Netfine, yesterday, new C# beginners tutorial that who has on YouTube. There's one from Microsoft that we relaunched with Scott Hanselman and David Fowler. You're surprised, and this is a series. The way that I describe things, folks really enjoy, and I'm using these concrete examples with a deck of cards that hopefully folks enjoy. So, let me head over and let me show you the website, and we'll dive into this a little bit. I'm not going to be on the ARM device just yet. Sky Pizza, thank you for the follow. Let me head over, show you. Well, that's not going to work. It's not turned on yet. That's why you can't see it. Turn that off. Ah, there we go. This is C#inthecards.com. Website needs a little bit of updates. There's the URL if you want to check it out. It has a single article here, Get Started with C# in the Cards. And there's a link through to the video, along with all kinds of text to support if you're a person that likes to read through and discover a little bit here. This is intended to be a very simple one-page website with as blog posts so that folks can find content very quickly. So materials intended to be very easy, nothing really that you need to go and get. I was thinking about centering this, forcing it centered. I don't know. I feel like when you force something to be centered, it ends up with these huge sides. This is all built on Blazor. The website is private because this is where I'll be releasing the articles. So, but the source code, as you take a look at this, is Blazor. This is all built Blazor static website. So, Razor components, interactive server components. I have a post repository that I define here. And my posts I made real simple. I just put them out here as some markdown files that I'll publish. And there's a CSV that lists, here's the articles. So, markdown I transform and post and turn it back into pages on the site. I fully expect somebody will scrape this site and move it somewhere else and try and claim it as their own. That's what happens with all websites. Folks have done that with my blog all the time. All the time. So, it's frustrating, it's annoying, but that's kind of the way it happens. I know stuff about JSON serialization. Yes, you're at a loss. You need to serialize. Then deserialize inherited classes automatically. There's your problem. Deserializing inherited classes is not trivial. Using polymorphism, yeah, you are in a minefield of issues. How's the serializer supposed to know which abstraction to use? Don't do that. How about start there? Don't do that. You're going to need some data contract attributes on, I believe that's what they recommend, data contract attributes on your objects that you're serializing in order to get the structure you want and to get it to load back in the format you want. So this website, and I used the publishing generation capabilities inside of Visual Studio to generate the YAML that would publish out to an app service out there. I picked the smallest app service. It's running on a Linux-based instance. It deploys using an Ubuntu latest, and it just copies out and deploys the instance. So, serializing, deserializing LightJack with inherited types is a bad idea. Yes. How you doing there, Pseudo Dreamy? Welcome. Right. For all the reasons, if you have types that look the same but have different behavior, how's the serializer supposed to know which type to put it in? Right? If you have a hard time describing that, thanks so much. Discord isn't allowed to update itself on the Microsoft machine. If you have a hard time describing the difference, how is the serializer supposed to know? So, you end up, putting the types into the text. If you don't have the types in the text, it's not going to know. So, it's not just type name handling. There's stuff that you can set up with, it's like data contract attributes, and there's configuration options that you set up in the serializer to try to make that work, but even then, it's dicey. Holding an enum that has the type, you don't need to hold an enum with the type. You can tell it to serialize the type name as who was it? Xbox One pointed out. You can tell it to serialize the type name with it, but it's clumsy at best. Let me see here. Gamma asks, are Azure App Services still free? Yes, there are free instances of it. Because I'm using a custom domain name, I'm using the smallest one because all of this stuff is rendered and just sitting out there as static text. But the content that I'm writing for each one of the episodes over here, it's marked down. It's marked down. So, writing custom converters, dear Lord. Dear Lord. That is a world of pain that you're stepping up to there. that I would avoid. Like, you can do it, but the question that you need to answer is, what makes your object model so unique that the defaults don't work for you? Like, there are really smart people that wrote the defaults. What makes your model so unique, so different, that it needs to behave differently from the defaults? And you need to write your own serializer, effectively, your own converter. You can do it. If you have a good reason to write it, do it. But I want to make sure that you think through it before you dive into something like that, because it's not something that I recommend for folks out of the gate. So I have a very simple lesson details page here that has the routing on it with a lesson number sitting up there. And it just publishes markdown content that it reads out of a markdown file and converts and formats appropriately to put on screen. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's just do a little bit of cleanup on this. What did I change here? There's nothing changed. Oh, it's the command line endings. Hey, JS Maniac. Hello, hello. Let's do this. I'm just going to split the screen. And let's do a .NET Watch. I want to add a thing, Fritz. I want to add just the appropriate tags in the header for social media sites to pick up. Some additional little SEO entries, and what's the last bit? And let's format and center things on the screen. Oh, fine. So, but simple little website that uses a simple layout. I've generated a handful of the images that are on here, and will eventually fill out with more content. So there's the site running locally, and this is running with Blazor, rendering as static site rendering. I feel like I should put more here. Let's do this. Let's go to Bing, ask for a little bit of help. Hello, I was up on the top. Hello, thank you. Started. I like Bing because I can get into the chat and the chat GPT and get some answers here pretty quickly. How do I center content with large margins using Bootstrap CSS, right? So that I get it formatted and centered in the middle with a appropriate page width, something like that, right? Deflex, justify content center. Just use text center. Yeah. No, I don't want to necessarily do just margins. Okay. I'd really like to make things a page width. Centered on the web page. Tell them large margins sent you. There's a Pee Wee Herman reference. Large margins has been dead since the 1960s. Means you must have seen her ghost, right? That kind of thing. Container fluid, and MX Auto. Okay, so let's try that. So if I go here and I say class equals, is it, let me go to the lesson itself here. I don't, container, something like that. Ew. Move that down. Put it on that. What's container fluid? Is that a container of fluid? I don't know. Yeah. How do I set the width of the container? H100 is used to make the container and row take up the full height of the page. How can I use the container class to make something about 900 pixels wide? Right? So, would Copilot chat be a bit more helpful? That's what I've got here. But, I mean, sure. Copilot in Visual Studio. Just set max width 900 pixels on that. Okay. So, it was this one. Right? Set something like that. That's not bad. I'd really like, what if I move this here? No. No, that was bad. Okay. And then if I want to do that over on the materials page, it's going to be something similar. Really? Really? I don't like that it's showing me the generated pages, right? It was class container and max width. I really feel like I should put those. Actually, it wasn't on the section; it was inside. Let's move that into my site CSS. Really? Show me. Really? You're not going to show me my CSS files? Style CSS. Fine. I don't care. This is the styles that came with the template that I grabbed. I don't want to update that one. Yeah, there we go. So if I say container, right, something like that, then I don't need to put this over here. I guess I can also bring that in, right? Something like that. Back over here. Into this. No. What did I break? It's like it didn't pick up the CSS. Maybe it did. No. It's right there. So I don't get it. That doesn't make sense to me. Why isn't it updating? it's not. That's not included, is it? Style CSS, yeah, app CSS isn't in this. Yep. That's a lot of style sheets, not gonna lie. And it, gosh. Right, why did it go all the way up to the top? I don't like that. And then yeah. But margin top 15. Yeah, look. It's not picking up. You hate UI and web dev. I kind of agree with you. It is a bit of a pain in the neck. That max width, though. And it. Like, why didn't it rebuild that? Would I consider using Tailwind? No. Tailwind has all these classes that do exactly the same thing that the base CSS properties do. There, see that? Do I really need... spelled that wrong. That's better. So if I go back to home, I haven't put it on that yet, but the materials page here, put... Yeah, rounded and container. Is 900 too big? What is it, 768? So let's make it 760. I don't think it's patching. It says it patched the CSS. But I don't think it did. I don't think it's patching the CSS. You love Tailwind? To each their own. You see, I don't... Is that 760? Look. How do I make that responsive? Width 100%. No, it's ignoring the max width. Why? Because it was made smaller. Now it's being made larger. Here. Better. Still not picking up on that one. Yeah. Look. There, that's better. All right. And let's do the same thing on the home page. Is it index or home? I think it's home. Home.resor. And here, this block quote. And then as I publish more episodes, they'll fill out a grid here. So, but I feel like there should be a more descriptive block here. Let's close this. I can close that one. All right. New topic. Please help write an introduction to the C# in the Cards video series for the video series website. Period. To start with, I have the following content. : Let's see what it helps with. Hey there, Aragorn. Doing well. We're going to update a couple things here and then get this content published.
Sure. I'd be happy to help you refine the introduction for your video series. Here's a suggestion.
I wasn't expecting this to be read.
Welcome to C# in the Cards, an engaging and comprehensive video training series designed for those eager to dive into the world of programming. This series will guide you through the fundamentals of the C# programming language, one of the most popular and powerful languages in the software industry today.
Hey, all right. Whether you're a novice programmer, C# in the Cards is tailored to help. By the end of the series, you not only understand the core concept. A key part of this training series is that we're going to use a deck of cards to provide some concrete examples for folks that are learning. Can you include some information about that in this description? No, it's not Cortana. This is Bing. This is Bing. And the voice sound isn't robotic. No, I agree, Nitro Evil.
Absolutely. Here's a revised version of the introduction. Welcome to C# in the Cards, an innovative and comprehensive video training series designed for those eager to dive into the world of programming. This series will guide you through the fundamentals of the C# programming language, one of the most popular and powerful languages in the software industry today. What sets C# in the Cards apart is our unique teaching approach. We use a deck of cards as a teaching tool, providing concrete examples that make complex programming concepts more relatable and easier to understand. This hands-on, visual approach not only makes learning fun, but also helps to solidify your understanding and recall of key programming principles.
All right.
Whether you're a novice programmer or looking to brush up on your skills, C# in the Cards is tailored to help you grasp the basics and beyond. By the end of the series, you'll not only understand the core concepts of C#, but you'll also gain the confidence to start building your very first program using the examples and techniques you've learned from our deck of cards.
I like that.
Join us on this exciting journey and discover the endless possibilities that await you in the realm of C# programming. Let's shuffle up and deal.
Oh my gosh, what a great ending. I want one more little bit that I'm going to ask Bing to help out with here. That sounds amazing, but I need one more segment. Before the last paragraph, can you introduce that the instructor for this series is Twitch streamer and Microsoft instructor Jeff Fritz? Is there a reason to choose Java over .NET?
Of course, here's the updated
You have
introduction.
existing content built
Welcome
with Java.
to C# in the Cards.
You have a
an
relationship
innovative
already
and
with Oracle.
comprehensive video training series designed for those eager to dive into the world of programming. This series will guide you through the fundamentals of the C# programming language, one of the most popular and powerful languages in the software industry today. What sets C# in the Cards apart is our unique teaching approach. We use a deck of cards as a teaching tool, providing concrete examples that make complex programming concepts
Serge,
more
it
relatable
corrected the
and
name
easier
itself.
to understand.
Hey, Amal. Good
This
morning.
hands-on, visual approach not only makes learning fun, but also helps to solidify your understanding and recall of key programming principles. We're thrilled to have Jeff Fritz as the instructor for the series. Jeff is not only a seasoned Microsoft instructor, but also a popular Twitch streamer known for his engaging and interactive teaching style. With Jeff's guidance, you'll be able to navigate the world of C# programming with ease and confidence. Whether
see
you're
what
a
you did
novice
there, Hat
programmer or looking to brush up on your skills, C# in the Cards is tailored to help you grasp the basics and beyond. By the end of the series,
Love it.
you'll not only understand the core concepts of C#, but you'll also gain the confidence to start building your very first program using the examples and techniques you've learned from our deck of cards. Join us on this exciting journey and discover the endless possibilities that await you in the realm of C# programming. Let's shuffle up and deal.
I'm trying to remember the surround width. Is it control? No. There's surround width. I've tried. I can't remember the hotkey for surround width. Shoot. Shortcut reference. Oh. Because there's a way to generate Control K, Control S. Is that what it is? Control K, S. You're right. All right. So no, didn't. It's not currently available. Let's end that paragraph. No. I don't like the "we're thrilled to have," but let's change this to Jeff Fritz is the instructor for this series. And is not only a seasoned Microsoft instructor, but also a popular blah, 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 blah. Oops. We can get rid of this and that. Put a paragraph, not a pager. All right. And there were some stars, double stars in there I want to clean up. I don't mind that. And that over there. Oop, where did I go? Make sure they're... Oh. Let's get rid of that. Make sure there isn't any... There's some double stars. No, we'll get rid of this. Cool. Got them all cleaned up. Back over here. Is that too long of an intro? And I feel like I should have a header here. Recent episodes. You know? Something like that. Yeah, there we go. Don't need to make the top. I guess that's all right. And then there's the about and the bottom, and then I'll have a popular block at the bottom. This is a project that we had previously started that I'm relaunching. I didn't go with strong. Yeah. Frilled. I'm frilled. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's hit the duck. Let's hit the deck running. No, I like let's shuffle up and deal. I like that. That's cool. I like that one. What else? I think there's. Oh, I wanted to put. I wanted to put an entry in. I want to put in the head outlet for the home page. Right. Head contents. I want to put some meta tags. Let's go back to Bing and let's ask it. That's great. Period. I need some help now generating some meta tags to go at the top of the homepage of the website so that Bing and other search engines can discover and promote this video series, this educational series. Period. Can you help me generate some header tags that are really good for search engines to discover this content? Not quite. I mushed my mouth there a little bit. Where did I get the card image?
Absolutely.
Generated it on
I
Bing.
can help with that. Here are some meta tags that you can use for your website. Meta name equals
Right
description. Content equals
You can
C#
see I
in the
generated it.
cards is an innovative video training
Photographic
series
image
that
of a
teaches
hand
the
holding.
fundamentals of C# programming language using a deck of cards. Join Microsoft instructor and Twitch streamer Jeff Fritz on this exciting journey.
Yeah, okay,
Please
that's
note
fine.
that while
Thank you. So meta name, title, description, keywords, robots, content type. I think we're pretty good with most of that. Let's just take a look at what's on here. Yeah, that content isn't over there. I like that for the homepage. I like that a lot. Okay, description, keywords are good, robots. This I think we could these two I think we can bump up to the main page, to the main layout so that they're always there. So I'm launching my video series that based on my Learn C# with C# Fritz content called C# in the Cards. I've built a very simple website to get started and announce the first episode. I have about 50 episodes planned. I have the first 5 scripted, and I'll be recording these. These are each about 5 to 10 minutes long. Can you help generate a paragraph to add to the description that talks about how each lesson takes about 5 to 10 minutes to learn?
Certainly, here's a paragraph you can add to the description. Each lesson in the C# in the Cards series is designed to be concise and impactful, taking just 5 to 10 minutes of your time. This bite-sized learning approach allows you to absorb information effectively without feeling overwhelmed. Whether you're squeezing in a lesson during a break or dedicating an entire afternoon to learning, you can progress at your own pace. With C# in the Cards, mastering the art of programming is just a few minutes away.
I like that. The last little bit, that little touch there, since I've already got the Join This Exciting, let's put this right here. Yep, there we go. Oh, come on, Copilot. Right? Oh, we put it over there. No? Okay. There you go. Steve!
Steve underscore Elliot just
Steve!
subscribed for
Steve!
2 months.
Steve! Good to see you, Steve. Hello. Layla! Oh my goodness. Hey, how's it going there, friend? That's our friend Layla Kodzik. Good to see you. Ellen! Alan! But it was Steve that subscribed. Steve! 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 How you doing there, Layla? Good to see you. Hello. Layla's been doing some great video series where she goes deep on different topics to teach you all about what she even did a great video on Aspire, a video that even the Aspire team really liked. I'm touching on just the basics, help get folks in the door with this short videos to help get folks started with C#. I worry that this might be a little bit long. Maybe I need a link up here to recent lessons and have it jump down to there. I can do that. That's easy. That's easy. I think I put it in a header component. Maybe I didn't. Where did I put the menu? Wait, where did I put the menu? I forget where I put the menu. I forget. Is it up here in layout? Oh, of course, I put it in nav menu. Duh. So I think I should start with recent lessons, and then we'll open up to a full page. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, indeed. I'll do something like that, and over here on this part. And what did I call it? I make sure I have it right. Recent. We could probably even do... Nah. What happens if I do it like that? Right, so now there's recent lessons, and it didn't navigate to it. Why you no navigate? Why didn't it navigate? Right? Tinkering with Aspire already hit a bunch of roadblocks, migration, service discovery for Blazor WASM. I should pick that up easy. Home on 47 has a paragraph without a closing paragraph. Yeah, look at that. Why didn't it navigate to the anchor? Right? Or do I need to move that? No. Out there? Why doesn't it scroll down to it? Make this an anchor. Generate a URL that will allow navigation to this point on the screen. I don't think it needs a hashtag. Okay, maybe it does. No, it's not. Rebuild, just to make sure. Yeah, so the Blazor puzzle is at blazorpuzzle.com. That's the podcast that I've been doing with our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. So, yeah, recent lessons. I expect to scroll to there, but it doesn't. No, that should be name, I thought. How do I generate an anchor in the middle of a web page that I can navigate to directly? So, who was it? Where did it
To
go?
generate an anchor in the middle of a web page that you can navigate to directly, you can use HTML and
ID.
CSS. Here's a step-by-step guide. Create an anchor. Add an ID attribute to the HTML element where you want.
You can stop reading. Thanks so much. Back over here. And there it goes. All right. So then I can jump from here back to over there, and the videos link goes right to the YouTube playlist that we need to make visible yet. Okay. Yeah, look at that guy. So I don't like that it's just the plus that's whatever. How do I create a thumbnail for a web page so that Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn pick up and show that when linked to that web page? Because I wanted to show my logo stuff, right? Yeah, Surly's here. So we're going to wrap this up very shortly here and then roll
To
over
create
back
a
to
thumbnail
the
for a web
back
page
to the
that
ARM
social media
content and building with
platforms
Blazor.
like Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn can pick up when
Yep.
linked to that web page.
Open
You
graph
can
meta
use meta
tags.
tags
Yes,
in
yes.
the head section of your HTML. Here's a step-by-step guide. Create a thumbnail image. Design a compelling thumbnail image that represents your web page. The image should be simple, clear, and
Yeah.
incorporate branding elements. You can use graphic design tools like Canva or Freepik. Add Open Graph meta tags. Open Graph meta tags allow you to control what content shows up when a page is shared on Facebook and other social media. Here's an example.
All right. So
Add
let's,
Twitter card meta tags. Twitter cards make it possible for you to attach media to
okay,
tweets.
Bing. Thanks. Helpful, but man, she rattles on. All right. So there's the OG and the Twitter content. Okay. So let's replace some of these. I'll make this. This is csharpinthecards.com. You can go there now. It's out there. Twitter image. Yes. There's that. Not image. I'm sorry. Sure. That's fine. Publisher handle. That's me. That's this guy. C# Fritz. You know that guy. I'll copy that and make that the same title. Thanks so much. Description. I feel like on other pages, I'm going to end up generating and using a variable for that, I guess. Description. Yep. So I'll just link that. Yep. We'll put a similar description here. And in the title, because I want to get this all search engine picked up and doing all the things. Okay, so image. All right. So I have, right? I cropped this image. It's actually a full. What is? No, just show it on disk. Come on now, Fritz. Here. Nope, that's inside my notebook. Stand by. I will show you. Because there's content that I don't want to release just yet. There we go. That's the image that I want to use. So, hey, David Giard! Hello! How are you, friend? Hang on, we need to... Hang on. Do that. Hello, that's David Giard. He's the host of Technology and Friends, another weekly podcast out there. What's Twitter? Where he interviews a bunch of influencers and folks, technology folks each week, and talks about different things going on in the tech world. Great to see you. So this is going to go /image/ no, that's not it. What did I call it? Hero.jpg. I guess I should put in HTTPS. C#. No. So, and then we've got another. And there. And I've got another website that we grabbed, a couple weeks ago that will launch later in January, February. Hey, Bauxite. Yeah, John Galloway on stream. Told you to say hello. All right. Oh, yeah. John and I are co-workers. Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm doing good. There's a link to Technology and Friends. There you go. Thank you for sharing that. So, that should... Right? Uh-oh. The name C# Fritz does not exist. Oh. It thinks that's a Blazor command. Okay. So let's put some head content on the materials page. Did I copy? I did. And materials needed. Fine with the description, sure. I'll just update the titles of these. And then I'll go update the lesson page where it'll get a little bit trickier. Ta-da! So, right, let's... And I even wrote a little title bit here. So let's say... And put $1 in front of that. Change this to one of these. Shoot. Yes. Hey, Tell TV. Miss.com. Miss.com. Oop, you're right. I missed the .com on a couple of these. Good catch. Thank you. I'd be wondering why that doesn't work. And there's no way to unit test that. Those are going to change a little bit, though. Let's do this. I don't need that. I could say... Right, I could do something like... I could do something like that. Yeah. So then I can just say up here... Right, I just called it title? Yeah. So then here, title. All right. Da, 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 da. Do the same thing here. Right? That isn't title. But I will update the description so that it's, right, this episode, information about this episode. He gave you carte blanche to poke fun at me during my stream? Oh, no. No, summary large image is actually a description on Twitter for that image. There was a typo on the other line. I missed the .com. Got it. No problem about the ping. I appreciate it, right? That's part of what we're doing here. I'm not using a server. Everything is written in CSV and Markdown. It's just sitting there on disk. I could probably hide it, but I don't really care. I don't really have a description for what this episode is. Oh no, I do. I do. So check this out. I wrote, right. If there's one thing that I learned that I will cherish, technical wise, from our friend Javier Lozano in building the website for the .NET conference, just store everything in a CSV. Like, just have things in a CSV. It loads up a collection of posts. The posts are all being presented on screen, so who cares? Like, there it is. So let's just take the description off of that. And I just wrote a little repository pattern to sit in front of it, because then if I do want to put this in a database or something later, all my code that calls get posts just continues working. So, like, and it's all content. Like, render it, output cache it, I don't care. Let it sit out there. CSV is so old school, but you know what? It works. And there's no thinking in parsing. And, right, we had a discussion earlier about abstract types, getting things deserialized properly. Who cares? It's CSV. Link to CSV. So I can just open it in Excel, key in, here's the new entry, save, put the markdown file out in the folder, done, republish, and the new episode is out there. Boom. Right? Like, so let's just go up here and see, I even put an output cache and cache it for a minute. Like, I mean, hell, I could even say cache it for 10 minutes. I don't care. Let's also inject, what did I call it? Post repository? Is that what I called it? Yeah. Thank you. Post repository. Don't mind if I do. I don't need to get all posts. So I could, right, I could say, all right, fine, I'll add an entry to, right, I'll add another method. Right, public post, get post by ID, int ID. Right? I'm not gonna... And I'm just gonna say return post dot first or default. And I want to say where p dot episode number equals ID. Right, and that could return null. It could. I know. Why is it a post if you're only getting a post by ID? No, I'm not. No, it's not a HTTP post. I'm getting a singular post from the server. So, yeah. Close. Get post by ID. So now I have that information. Oh, sure. Let's just do that. I'm pulling the title from the markdown. Yeah, okay. Public. Thank you. So here, I'll just say @post.description. And I'll do the same thing. Let's put the post description up front. Right. Same thing here. And the join Jeff Fritz, I'll remove that part. Post description. And delete that. Okay. The image we're going to change. And I I generated that image somewhere. It is image thumbnails episode number.png. There we go. Image thumbnails. Well, I know episode number, so I can, right? I can just do that. I think. And I might have to pivot back to text here. Like that. No, let's, I got an idea. I've got an idea. By Joe. Let's do this. And then I can do that. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit of back and forth. What am I using for rendering the markdown? I'm using MarkDig. I'm using MarkDig for that. So that should work. So let's go to this image. Replace that one. And this URL is /lesson/ and then it's going to be at episode number. And is that the only URL? That is. Okay. Okay. Let's see. That looks good. And if I click through to this, and all of this is right. I don't like it that it's just a plus there, but there we go. Is there any way to hide the YouTube bits there? It's hard to read. Yeah, MarkDig is very easy to use. Yes, yes. And the period space isn't quite appearing properly here. What if we do this? Right, and use the non-breaking space. Put 2 of those. I don't think it's actually restarting. Sometimes the Blazor with static rendering doesn't rerun. Maui Windows app was rejected from the Windows App Store. No clue. Sanitize script tags. Why? I don't need to. I'm the only one writing code. Yeah, it didn't replace... Oh, because it put it right up against it. Let's go to my markdown. Here. There we go. That's better. And I'll get a code formatting plugin to handle that. Yeah, some of these sentences, it looks like the... right? It's like it didn't handle the space right. One second here. Yeah, I think we are going to end up doing some. Not. Let's do an H. That's the only place? No. There's some weird character there. There's something hidden there. Better. Just take a quick peek and see if there's other places where there's a... There's one. Yeah. Just looking for... There you go. Better. There's another one. That was supposed to be a period. That's okay. Cool. I didn't want to save that. All right, so that's all updated. That hand looks too young. The @.net. Oh yeah, there you go. Right there. There we go. I think we've got it. Yeah. And that will build, deploy. There we go. And it'll take about a minute to deploy and be updated on the website. Gosh, and I feel like, right, the homepage, I feel like I should put an output cache on that of like 10 minutes or something. Hey, boom, boom. Hello. Switch to latex and handwrite all the spacing, clearly. Output cache. duration. Let's take that using statement. No, that one. Thank you. Thank you. I could probably do it here also. Yeah. And I'll add more episodes here. So cool. Let's put that last bit in there. Added output cache headers to all pages. And that's fine that it'll take a little bit longer to get out there. But live website should be open. C#inthecards.com. There we go. And it's got the full title. It's got the new content. There was a test page that Bing was telling us to use to test that on the Twitter card validator. Yeah. That's, where's the validator? Validator? No, it's not on the page. Yes. Twitter card validator doesn't work anymore. Oh no. Yeah, I want to remove the title overlay. I agree, Chuck. This is being hosted on app service. JS Maniac, let me grab that message. Let me answer that in just a second. Is this what I mean when I'm going to use for debugging content? No. I'm going to generate a couple of video series coming out of this. This is the first of those, of the series that I'm generating here. There's a Facebook card validator. All right, show me what that looks like. Okay. Yeah, it hasn't been shared because I haven't shared it yet. OG images properties are not yet available because new images are processed asynchronously. Fine. Should be a space in there. Okay. And the description. Let's do this. Let's put it in the lesson details. Let's do title dot. Ooh. Right, to tell it trim off if there is a period on the end. Right? Trim end says remove all trailing occurrences of that character. And I'm going to add one on. There we go. So it kind of forces that on there. It's still rebuilding, so we can take a look here locally. Right? We could take a look at that. What is that? No. No, it's still coming out there. The heck is that? No. Still there on the title. See it? It's even appearing at the end. Yeah, where's that coming from? Have a good one, Dr. Cox. There we go. Cleaned up the page title. Warnings that should be inferred property. Well, specify image dimensions using image width and height tags. Website doesn't work for you. It's been out for a day. It's been out there. Yeah. So, right? If I open it in... Huh. I grabbed a template from a website. Why isn't it navigating there? Or is GitHub deploying right now? GitHub's deploying right now. It's actually copying out the website as I requested it. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah. Internal server error. What? It's yeah, it's finishing deploying here. So I hit it right as it was updating. Really? Yep, that navigates. There it goes. Yeah, we're all right. Cool. Last part. Let's get ready to make that YouTube video public. So I don't mind showing this. So there's the thumbnail. Let's grab the description. Just use that. More. Keep wanting to type. Don't I have to? Isn't there a thing with formatting that? And let me copy in the description of text that accompanies this lesson can be found at .com. Right? Is it lessons or just lesson? I can't remember. Lesson/1. Lesson page at that. Do I have to put in HTTP? Parents don't trust you with money. That's part of why I want to make this easy for folks to follow along with and get on board with. So if we go right to that page, yeah, it didn't. Do I have to put an HTTPS in front of these? Probably. Right, and there, and here. There it goes. Now it turned them into... Cool, let's make it public. And I'm going to go to the playlist that I made to go with this. So here's, let's grab this. C# in the cards.com for sample code, text that accompanies each lesson, and more. Huh. Really? Hashtag. Get started. Hashtag beginners. Put those back over here also. There we go. You want a big project? No link to Twitch? I did. Oh, sure. We'll put a link to Twitch. Good point. Watch Fritz Code Live on Twitch. And we'll use a similar format for each one of these. Just got a YouTube notification for it. There you go. Yeah, Chuck, I have a subscription to Envato. So I get a bunch of sound effects, images, scripts. Who's this guy? Whole bunch of stuff that are made available to me. So there we go. That should be public now. And I don't expect to get a lot of views on the first couple, but as we get into some of the meat and potatoes of the series here, some of the content. Oh, I didn't even ask for likes and subscriptions. When we get a little bit further along here, we'll push them into the mix. But thank you. Look at that, 1 like. Oh, 2 likes now. Look at that. Yay! The goal here is I want to get my Silver YouTube Award before the end of 2024. That's the goal. So, there you go. C# in the cards.com. And there it is. So, head over here. They can't stop you? Hey friends, I'm relaunching my C# for Beginners video series, and this time making it bite-sized and easy to relate to, because I will base every lesson on concepts from a deck of cards. I call it C# in the cards. More details and lessons. 5 to 10 minutes each. Ta-da. There we go. Look at that. If you want to throw me some likes, some retweets, there's the tweets there. And then we'll roll over and start doing some more Blazor content. But that website, built entirely with Blazor, I grabbed a template from a website that sells website templates, grabbed a template that I liked, moved it into Blazor format, and it's all Blazor static site rendered. So, pretty happy with that. You saw I generated a bunch of the text, the text describing the website. All of the content that teaches the lessons is handwritten by me. Some of the images, AI generated, but it's out there, it's built, and this series, we're going to have updates once or twice a week to push and help folks learn C#. My goal is I want novices to programming be able to pick up and learn the concepts and become familiar with C#. We're going to get to points here where we're going to talk and get a little bit deep on some topics. But to start with here, hopefully folks will have some fun and appreciate what we're trying to accomplish with this. So there you go. That was a follow-up project that some folks had been asking about to to revitalize and bring back the C# with C# Fritz series of content. All right. So there's one episode out there now. There will be more. When F#? No, not F#. Come on, you're talking to a guy named C# Fritz here. So, what's the... Hey there, Ken. What's the criteria for what? You'll follow along? Cool, thank you. So, and that should be okay now, right? Show me what the image... Could not be processed as an image? Really? There it is. Try again. Getting a 503 going to it? It's their problem. Oh, the Silver Award. Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. The YouTube Silver Award is what a streamer, what a YouTuber receives when you hit 100,000 subscribers. So right now we're at 12.6, something like that. So that jumps you right into the playlist. There you go. Look at all the information. Look at that. So if you do click over to here, here's that guy. So 12,600 and producing and delivering regular, dear Lord, I look awful. Regular content should help increase and put me higher in the algorithm on this. So having links come through and websites out there that support and drive that should help a lot. The shop page, exactly DGen 1. So some of the topics that we've discussed in here as we've been kind of talking about the ideas for this. Eventually a C# deck of cards, a book that is all of the material pulled together, maybe t-shirts, hats, I don't know, we'll see. But we'll see how we get there. What does the status silver, it gives an advantage on advertising. That's all. So and I am putting advertising on these so that it can help fund some of these other things that I want to do. So like if I'm generating and making decks of cards, I'm going to order and have a bunch of decks of cards made and available here. So, signed hats, maybe. You can't get it on your DNS. Can I get some ones in chat if you're able to navigate to the website? Like, Facebook was able to get to the website. So, Digital Dummy was able to get there. DGen 1. Yeah. A merch table. Nalian's able to get there. Yeah. There's the IP according to MX Toolbox. So, Robert, thank you so much. Works on, yeah, all right. So, yeah. Ty, I don't know. It feels like something needs to be updated in your DNS there, but Wi-Fi was blocking it. Why was what? So that's another thing, right? As of right now, I don't have any Google AdWords or anything on this yet. I probably should. You're getting a 403? Like it's all heavily output cached. It shouldn't hit that at all. One of these, yeah, and in private mode. So, according to DNS Checker, it looks like all the countries can resolve it. Yep. Yeah. China hasn't blocked it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Excuse me. So. Doesn't work on your work computer, Digital Dummy. It is hosted on Azure, yes. Yep, works on my phone. And recent lessons. Yeah, jumps right to it. So same on your Wi-Fi and mobile network. But it does work on Digital Dummy's phone, but not on the work computer. That's... I'm going to chalk it up to... I mean, there are a couple errors here that are up the stack in the components that are being referenced that I'll probably remove at some point. Blazor server components, nothing is server interactive on this. But I'll come back through later and clean up the console on some of these things. Look, why is it going to Instagram? There's no reference to Instagram in my code, so I'll clear it out. Took around 10 seconds to load. Doesn't look like the site on stream. The image, I'll give you the image at the top is large. Yeah, the image at the top is... Can we shrink that? Can I shrink that? That's a lot. Paint.net, thank you. Yep. How much can I shrink this? Took it down to 50%. It still looks pretty good. Reduced size of hero banner. Look at that, 96% rewrite. Yeah. Images getting 503 blocked. Really? Because there's no... Like, there's like 3 images on the whole thing. And... yeah, there we go. Look, 20 seconds to build. And the deploy is going to be... is what actually takes time here. Yeah, that's Windows Terminal. That's Windows Terminal. My configuration for this, you can find in my .files repository. Check that out just below. So, images are not allowed. There we go. Look at that. It's already finished actually deploying. It's like the CSS takes forever to load. How can I make that? Yeah, it feels like a caching issue on the CSS and the images. ASP.NET Core, caching CSS and images. Sure, let's see what these folks say. Is that like a week or something like that? Yeah, the API Instagram, that's, yeah. I don't know where that's coming from, but that error shouldn't be blocking other things from running. Yeah. Let's grab this. That feels right. Here on app, use static files. Right? That time span is, yeah, that's 1 week on those. Let's give it a... Let's give it 6 hours. Yeah, it's not going to hot reload. I need to push that in. And I probably need to put that cache control. A little bit better. I think it needs a hash else. That way it only runs. Won't load the page on your PC? It's still out there. Actually, this needs to do a vary by. Right? Episode number. Come here. You've been learning C# recently, getting on the advanced topics. As a C# dev, how can one get to work for Microsoft? It takes time. You need to know your stuff inside and out. There are folks that know the .NET technologies that work in the field and help customers. Yeah. The card image is supposed to scale to a point. Right? So if I maximize this, it looks really weird and cut off in a 21 by 9. So, yeah. Yeah, I can probably do something to set a maximum width of the header and kind of fill with this blue color in the background around it. Have I tried Ruby on Rails before? Yes. It was nice. It is very lacking compared to modern .NET. What did I change? I put the vary by on that. I think that's it. That should still work. Yeah. There's something with the embed to get it to hide the header. Right, if I jump over to here... I said pause. Share, embed. You know. No. What's the API got for us here? There's events there. No, there's nothing about the title. No. That's loading the player. Excuse me. Whew. Hey, Danny Camps. They disabled the option to hide the title. You have to use JavaScript to get it hidden. That's frustrating. Modest branding. Nah. Okay. I guess we can't remove it. Fine. Like, even aligning that over here or down on the bottom, give me a way to move it. But... what else did we change in there? Yeah. Tweaked caching. Stand by 1 second. Yeah, I'll clean up some of the other JavaScript issues. I'm not as concerned about them. It would be nice to have a completely clean, but it's not a problem right now. My problem right now that I see is I need to be able to get folks to be able to get to the site. How you doing there, Danny? Great to see you. So yeah, Mr. Anderson, I'll do some things to clean up the size of the card image up top there, and I'll clean up some of the JavaScript. So I feel good. I'm launching a new video series here that's going to be on YouTube. We'll have I'll schedule some Q&A time on stream here for folks that want to ask questions to follow along with this. I feel good. It's a series that we did in the past here live on stream, and we're just going to make it even easier, better for folks to be able to get to. So I'm doing a Control F5 on that. And I think I have caching disabled. Yeah. So if I turn cache back on, yeah. So now everything appears immediately here, just doing a straight F5 with, right? Jumps to there. I don't know why it ends up starting somewhere down here in the middle instead of at the top. Like, right? Like, okay, that jumps down to there. This link should start you at the top, right? Just navigating right to that page. Yeah, it goes there. Okay. Yeah, that's weird that it kind of starts you in the middle of the page. That is Blazor enhanced navigation is what that is. That's Blazor enhanced navigation. And there's a it should select an H1. Yeah. And I don't believe there's an H1 in that lesson. Oops. No. So it doesn't know where to. That's an H2 up top. Yeah, there's a way with the enhanced. Yeah, here we go. Sure. There. No. Yeah, it's the same page that I'm on here. No. Huh. Have a good one, JS Maniac. And we want to force reload. No, I'm not doing a Navigate 2. Oof, excuse me. Oof. Data enhanced nav. To turn off enhanced navigation. So I wrote a card here to do the navigation to the component, to the lesson. So there's the anchor there. There's that href as well. So if I go back to the front here, right, that hot reloaded, so yeah, there it goes. There we go. Fantastic. Oh, and the recent lessons, right? Let's make that. What? Right, so there it goes. All right, git commit turned off enhanced navigation when going to the lessons. And I'll have an all lessons page as well. So that'll update and should be out there in a minute or so. Robert asking, well, here, there were a couple questions there. JS Maniac left. Let me take Robert's question here while I'm waiting for this to build. Do I have any videos on the story of how I got to Microsoft that somebody can learn from? You cannot learn from how I got to Microsoft. I'm telling you right now because it's I won a game show. There's nothing that can be learned about getting a career by how I got to Microsoft. And folks on regulars on stream have heard me talk about this. I may have even mentioned it in the last stream or two. Yeah, I won a game show. The long and short of it is, there was a conference that Microsoft hosted called Tech Ed. It was the predecessor to what we now call Microsoft Ignite. In 2012, I went to that edition of the conference. I was an engineer working at small company XYZ, a little startup company. I was getting my feet wet speaking at user groups and whatnot, and I asked to enter this contest called Speaker Idol. I think American Idol, except it's folks giving presentations and being judged on their presentations. And I lost. David Giard, I don't know if David's still here. David was the winner that year. I made the finals of that competition, and yeah, the guys were talking about Speaker Idol. If you go back to the .NET Rocks episodes from 2012, you'll find them talking about Speaker Idol, and they'll even talk about me in the competition. And I'm good friends with both Carl and Richard now. I even produce a podcast with Carl. Richard is a very good friend. I work with him on the Dev Intersection conference. He helps me out with the .NET Conf conference that I run. So I lost in 2012. However, the folks that were judging in 2012 were two executives from Telerik Software. They said to me, hey, you're pretty good at this. Do you want a job as a developer advocate? We now call DevRel those roles, developer relations. Sure, okay. And I interviewed and I got the job at Telerik. The next year, we were going to set up a booth at Microsoft Tech Ed, and I didn't have a speaking slot there, but they put out, hey, we're hosting Speaker Idol again. Anybody want to enter? And I did. I said, sure. I made the finals last year. I've been practicing and speaking at various events. If you'd have me, I'd love to enter. And they said, yeah, okay, you can enter. And in 2013, at Speaker Idol in New Orleans, Louisiana, I lost again. I came in second. The woman who won, Jessica, I forget her last name. She picked up a job at Microsoft. No longer works at Microsoft. I don't even know where she is in tech anymore. But she went on stage with a laptop that wasn't plugged in and was out of battery. And her laptop, during her presentation, literally discharged. Crashed. Dead. The fact that she kept going, even though all of her slides and content were gone, the judges rewarded her for it and said, that's great. You know, gosh, the fact that you were able to keep going, even though you didn't have your content. In previous years, other judges had marked that as a negative towards judging someone because what are you doing going on stage not prepared? So I lost again. I came in second, didn't win. However, a very nice gentleman who was watching, a guy named Scott Hunter, said, you're showing up and talking about all of these things about my products at Microsoft events better than some of my folks. Why don't you come work for me? So I lost a game show and got a job at Telerik. Lost it again and was offered a job at Microsoft. And I took that job, went through a very long interview process because it was not the same path that most folks go through to join the company, but I lost the game show twice and got my job working in the dev community team, promoting, generating content, writing samples, tutorials, workshops, building events. Yep. All of that because I lost a game show twice. Couldn't win it once, but lost it twice. How you doing there, Ginga? Appreciate the follow. How you doing, Wonk Man? Yeah. I am nearing wrap-up time here, but the website just updated again out there. And, yeah, it looks good. Looks good. I closed Edge. Let me reopen Edge. I know I'm not showing my screen. I know I'm not. For some reason, yeah, first request is taking a little bit of time to get there. I mean, the output caching is probably helping. But, not gonna lie, first request is taking a while to get there. How you doing there, Goomba Stomp? Hello? Yeah, there we go. And once it's loaded, yeah, the pages pop up. So, Scott Hunter is going to be with Code with Sean's Tulsa user group this month. Very cool. I thought he was there last month. No, Maddie was there. So, yeah, we're good. And we'll tweak and improve and make that site better. So, very cool. Thank you, everybody that liked the post on Twitter. A couple folks retweeted, reposted, whatever it's called. So, there we go. There we go. He was going to co-present with Dan Roth, but had to reschedule. Vice presidents. Things happen. Yeah. As long as the site is out there and running, it should pick up and start up and present content quickly. Like, it should. So, but I feel pretty good about it. So, and if I try it on my phone here, refresh, yeah. Yep. Site's loading fine, and all the content's also on YouTube, and that should be loading just fine as well. So, there it is, that guy. You know that guy. So, yeah, it won't pick up, and I won't get a lot of views quickly on it, but it'll take time, and the regular pace of these coming out and linked to each other should reinforce and deliver them nicely. So I already have the content for episode 2 ready to go and written. We're going to be talking about primitive types and getting into basic math. Excuse me. Right, basic math. Check my notes. Check the notes. Nope, that's TagZap notes. And so primitive data types. Yeah, I talk about all the primitive data types and defining them and working with real literals. So it's designed to be 5-minute series. This is the first one. This next one's the first one we're gonna set up notebooks so that folks can tinker with it. So, who looks rather familiar? Who does? So, I did do notebooks. Where did they go? It's in the C# with C# Fritz. I did notebooks over here. And they're available in Binder. And I forget how I set this up. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'll get that set back up there. The guy in the video? Yeah, hey, that. So I'll get notebook set up so that for the next one of these, there'll be description to content here, and I'll also have a link near the top. Download this as a notebook, or interact with this as a notebook, and it pops over there. Lesson 1, C# is awesome. Thank you. Is it Fuga? Thank you. So, I do say right up here, C# programming language, one of the most popular and powerful languages in the software industry today. Say it right off the top. So, we did a lot with this website today. I feel really good about it. I feel like I've got about a half hour till I need to stop here. I could go through and try and tweak and remove some of those JavaScript issues. What do you think? Are you okay with that, chat room, if I go through and do that? I know I haven't done any ARM today, but I think we're kind of okay to kind of stay on topic here and just tweak a little bit, right? So if I remove those two and we take a look, right, there's a couple of entries here. I have no idea where it's requesting the Instagram API. Like, Where's that being triggered from? Here, this thing. Like, there should be a ref somewhere in there. Right, of where that's being requested, where that's being triggered. I mean, somebody even embedded an access token in this. Yep, content security policy. All that nonsense. jQuery custom JS. Yeah, let's take out the trash. All right, yeah, cool. Thank you. I'm glad you're on board with me there, Danny. Inside here, what is that? Find me that Instagram. What is this? Fancy box. There. I'm not using any of these pop-ups. I've got this saved, so... And I'm not using that either, I don't think. I have no idea what Vegas is. But I will save. It doesn't know what WoW is now, that's fine. We'll get rid of that. But it should still work with all the other things here, right? Yep. All the rest of this still works, and the links down on the bottom to my Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, GitHub, they all line up. jQuery fancy box is not a function. jQuery custom 379. Hey there, Broger.
Bro Edgar 554 just resubscribed for 12 months.
Thank you so much. I have Insta feed is not defined. I hope you're having a good one. What is? It's picking that up. That's an Instagram feed. No, I removed the Instagram stuff from this template. Magnific pop-up. No. Morph text on 381. I'm not using that either. And that's none of this is, there we go. None of this is negatively affecting it. Okay, so this one, widget API JS. What is that? It's coming out of Carousel JS. Thank you so much. A year with us, Bro Egger, and I'll make another donation to a charity. Much appreciate that support. No, not there. In here. So, right, I have no idea where this is coming from. Widget API .js. Where is that? No. So it's being included from something else that's being included. right? There's the YouTube player API. No. Like it went and fetched that. Like it's coming Carousel JS? No. Slick carousel for banner sliding. No, I'm not using that. Nor am I using any custom forms. But it's clearly fetching other content. Right? But it's not in there. Show me, no. So there's it's coming off of a YouTube thing, but I'm not referencing YouTube anywhere. There's a link to the playlist, the footer. There, it's loading the YouTube API. That's not being referenced anywhere. I don't like this. TV is not defined. Yeah, really? Where? Inside of vid rescale. 3641. Yeah, you go away too. There we go. Okay. But there is, got all that cleared out. Like, right, but the frame for the YouTube video that is embedded, right, if you look in here, is not responsive. Right, you get to a point here where it should kind of shrink and move with it. Let's ask Bing. When in doubt, ask Bing. Hey, Ryan, let me grab your question there. And I will answer that in just a second. I have that pinned here in featured chat, not images. What the heck is that? Chat. Thank you. Precise. Here we go. What am I doing? How can I center an embedded YouTube video with the Bootstrap framework? Oh, it's not centering. It's, how can I make it responsively scale?
Sure, you can center an embedded YouTube video in Bootstrap by using the .embedResponsive and .embedResponsive item classes. Here's an example. If frame class equals embedResponsive item src equals https://www.youtube.com/embed/your video ID, allow full screen o/a frame. In this example, replace your video ID with the ID of the YouTube video you want to embed. The Embed Responsive 16 by 9 class gives the video a 16:9 aspect ratio.
Does it?
You can change this to Embed Responsive 4 by 3 or Embed Responsive 1 by 1 for a 4:3 or 1:1 aspect ratio, respectively. This will make your video responsive, meaning it will scale based on the width of its parent element.
Yeah.
If you want to center the parent div, you can use additional Bootstrap classes or custom CSS. For example, div class equals embed responsive
okay.
embed responsive.
Thank you. Oh yeah, Bing Chat speaks when spoken to. So now back over here. Right, did that? It says it hot reloaded. Yeah, that's better. Should probably also put a little bit of a buffer at the bottom of it. I don't like that this has to be embedded like this. Let me see. Let's do margin bottom 5. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So there's got to be a better way to do this so that I don't have to do it each time. She did have a tip for centering it. Justify content center instead of that. No, that's not it. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's tiny, but it works. All right, let's commit and ship that. Updated to clear up JS errors and make YT video responsive. And in about a minute, it'll be available on the live site. So, there we go. I don't know why it keeps putting that in for my filter there. Could probably auto add those classes with a little bit of JavaScript once it detects YouTube iframe. I could probably put like a marker class on it, Danny. Like I like where you're thinking, right? I could probably put like a marker class on the outside of here that says, oh, this is the just YT, whatever, right? And then go through and add these bits to it, right? Add these classes to the div, add these classes to the iframe. Done. While that's loading, let me take that question from Ryan that we had just a minute or two ago. Ooh, that's a big block of text. What would I do if I have stuck with one programming language and I've been learning it nonstop and not getting the hang of it? Should I quit because the type of development I'm learning is web development and my uncle thought it would be a good idea, but I hate it, but I don't want to let him down or keep with it or what? Here's the deal, Ryan. Web development's kind of an entryway into software. Thank you for the follow. And it's just one part of a huge ecosystem of software out there, right? Web pages are just putting funny text to appear in the browser. There's a huge ecosystem in there by itself around design and back-end service management and interaction with other services and how you script and run things on a server, how you script and run things in a browser. And you're right, it's not for everybody. However, some of the things that you have learned, you could pick up and apply that to building native applications for Windows, Mac, or Linux, building mobile applications that run on iOS or Android, building games, building software that runs on IoT devices. So the question, well, you may have stuck with one programming language and you're not fond of it. You want to do something different. What are you interested in? What are the things that you do enjoy? And this is how a lot of folks actually got involved in game development. Hey, I like writing. I like reading and playing video games. What's involved in building my own video game? Let me take a look at that. Let me see what's involved there. This. Don't open that on screen, Fritz. I want to tell it to ignore for GitHub. No, it still autofills. It's still autofilling. Edit item. There's my 2FA. Edit form fields. Yeah, look, it's there. It saved that. That's weird. All right. You like making CL. You hate design, okay, but you like making command line apps. Cool. There's a world of folks that do that to make Linux operating systems and make command line tools that help developers and systems administrators, those types of folks. So, pivot a little bit. The things you've learned as a web developer still apply. You still need to, when you build a command line tool, right, you need to provide help text and different ways that people can pass parameters into your command line application. So take a little bit of what you've learned around the concepts of how you interact with your users in building websites and apply that to building command line apps. And there's a world of folks that love command line applications, downloading, installing, and working with them. .NET interests you because you have a Mac and you used to use Windows. Okay, so .NET has a command line ecosystem. Check out spectre.console. Right. Yeah, here it is. And this will let you build some pretty cool command line tools that look nice. Right? That's rendered at a command line, what that looks like. So take a look at Spectre console. There's things that are being built and added on to the system command line tools that .NET ships with that are going to improve that. But right now, we recommend folks check out Spectre console to build and develop a really nice set of command line tools. And if you build command line tools with .NET, they'll work on Windows, Mac, and Linux as long as you stay within some of those managed features that ship with the .NET runtime, right? As soon as you reach out and you start doing things that are very specific with configuration, system configuration, or working with specific what we call unmanaged resources, then you're kind of on your own, and you're not going to be able to say it's something that works across the board. All you know is console write line. Ryan, check out this project. It's going to change your life. Okay? Seriously, I believe they have some samples here that'll show you how to get started. There's an example tool in here. And there's documentation, all built, some quick start information to help you build and make something that's going to feel kind of cool and take advantage of some of the things that you can do at the command line. So, I haven't spent too much time with this, but there's some really cool features that you can work with in here. Let me give you this address also. All right. Best of luck to you. Please come back and on a future stream and let us know how it goes. If you spent time with this and you like it, you don't like it, and happy to support and hear how your journey continues if you pivot and do a little bit more with the command line stuff. Websites are something that are very visible that non-technical folks see all the time. Because let's face it, right? You're walking down the street, every storefront has a website address under their sign. Oh, look, it's Bud's Bar, and underneath the Bud's Bar sign, www.budsbar.com, or whatever it might be, right? So, how's my daughter? That's right, Ryan. So she was with the Penn State marching band all through the fall. She was at the Peach Bowl in Atlanta last weekend. Had a great time. Football team didn't win, but had a fantastic time with the band, and very proud of her and what she's been able to accomplish. I think I'm going to wrap it up right there, friends. I have some other things that I have to do, some other things that I want to get to. You lost most of the stream. How did you lose it? Red King. Oh, no. That's not good. The stream was also being broadcast over on YouTube. You can either check out if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch, you can check out the video on demand. If you're on Twitch, it'll be in the video section just below here on my channel. If you're on YouTube, youtube.com /Fritz, it's in the live videos section, which is, I think it's right down here. Or it might be right up there. Or it's over there. I don't know. Hey. So, very proud. Yeah, Ryan. And tomorrow, I'm driving through the snow to take her back to Penn State. And back to school. And then we're going to stick around for the ice hockey game. Those always tough Black Knights from West Point are visiting State College, visiting Happy Valley to take on our Nittany Lions in men's ice hockey. So we're going to see, Penn State versus Army tomorrow. Really looking forward to that. Expect to have a good time visiting State College. Thank you for the follows. My goodness, Ryan. And earlier we had Andrea, Johnny's merch, Lou Hacks, Red King AZ, Fuga. Thank you so much for the follows. Let me see who else is streaming on the big Twitch TV network that I can get us rated over to support another streamer here. Let's see. I'm going to send you to... Let me get you connected to... let's go over to our friend Lana Lux. Here we go. Here comes the raid call, and Lana, of course, she's an independent game developer. She's building a game called Strain. It's a first-person adventure game that you're going to be able to find on Steam. Check it out over there, and we want to support and help other developers, especially folks that are independently building games. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, have a fantastic rest of your day. Check out C# in the cards. I'm going to try and publish another episode to that later this afternoon. We'll see. Set up for episodes 3 and 4 maybe next week. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. For those of you on Twitch, get ready to say hi to Lana. And I will be back on Tuesday next week for more live coding using ARM devices as we continue JARMuary here. Thank you so much. I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.